Well, it's safe to say you guys have wanted this rebuild for quite some time. After spending 34 years in the top flight of English football, Coventry City found themselves relegated from the Premier League in 2001 and they have not been able to get back into it ever since. But ladies and gentlemen, not only are we going to get back into the Premier League, not only are we going to dominate in the Premier League, we are going to take over Europe as well and become the best team in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have yet to see one of my rebuild videos before, here are the rules. The main objective of this rebuild is to win the Champions League. I can make any transfers that I want, making it as realistic as possible. All games have to be simulated, but the Champions League final has to be played. Now that you know how this works, strap yourselves in and enjoy the video. We start season 1 with just under 4 million. Now I've taken a look at this squad quite in depth. There's a couple of players that are definitely going to be in it for the long run. The likes of Hamer, O'Hare. Obviously Matson is on loan from Chelsea, so after this season we won't have him in the team. But you guys know how I operate. I do not rock with the 5 at the back formation. It is so goddamn pointless if you play 5 at the back. And on top of that, I think our striker options are decent. Our midfield options are decent. We just need to sort this defence out a little bit. So to begin this transfer, we have sent out a couple of players. The first one being Kean Tyler for a 1-year loan deal to Crawley Town. And also Will Papaga for a 1-year loan deal. We've also just sent out Fabio Tavares on a 2-year loan deal. I'm not sure whether this is going to be a popular choice right now, but it has been done. The paperwork has been signed and it is official. We have just sold Kyle McFadzean for 590,000. I'm incredibly excited about this signing. We have just stolen Alex Maitan away from Nottingham Forest for just 1.8 million. On the other side of the transfer window though, we have just sent out Josh Reed for a 2-year loan deal. We've also just sold Matt Godden for 1.4 million. And we have just stolen away Sam Johnstone from West Brom for 4 million on the dot. And after that transfer window, this is how we've got the team lining up for our very first season in charge of Coventry City. Now there is a lot of potential in this squad. You got the likes of Alex Maitan, you got Rose Hiam, you got Johnstone in goal, who's actually very goddamn good for his price. Sheaf and Hamer as that CDM duo is definitely going to do well. Going off the ratings of the players in that starting 11 as well, I wouldn't actually be surprised if we were in line for promotion this season. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we're not in contention for promotion this season. We are currently 15th in the championship at the midway point this season. We are definitely underperforming in my opinion. We should definitely be higher than freaking 15th. We definitely should be in the top 10 at least. But to begin this transfer window, we've had to buy a new fullback in the name of Callum Styles for 2.8 million because Chelsea have called back Matson from his loan. And this is how the current starting 11 looks after that transfer window has come to an end. Now you can see why I'm a little surprised at finishing 15th at the midway point this season. There is literally not a weak point in this team right now. Our strikers doing well, our midfielders are doing well, our defence is doing well, our goalkeeper's doing well. I don't see where we're going wrong really. Promotion may be a little bit of a reach at this point, so a top 10 finish would do just nicely to finish this season off. That means that next season though, I definitely want promotion. Well, we definitely had a glow up in the second half of this season, finishing 7th in the championship in season 1. We were 5 points outside of the playoffs. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get there this season, but that means that next season I want automatic promotion. If we're getting this close this season with the team looking how it is now, imagine what we could do with more money poured into the squad and more talent introduced. This time it was Sheffield United and Millwall going up automatically. And it is going to be Cardiff that joins them after winning the playoff final 2-0 against Luton Town. Meanwhile, Liverpool won the FA Cup, Manchester City won the Carabao Cup. I feel like this is a recurring thing now. Roma won the Conference League, Besiktas went on to win the Europa League, and this time it was Atletico Madrid to win the Champions League. Considering we finished 7th place, these stats from the players, they aren't actually that good. Our striker, Victor Gyökeres, I've definitely butchered that pronunciation of his name, but he did bits this season, going up to 75 rated, growing 4 this season, 20 goals and 6 assists. Isn't bad at all. Jamie Allen, who did convert to a right winger at the start of this season, got himself 10 goals, 1 assist, which isn't that good, I'll be honest with you. Then we got the likes of Gustavo Hamer increasing 4 overall at the end of this season, getting himself 9 goals, 7 assists. We've got Shipley for some reason going up to 70 rated. That's bloody brilliant. Getting himself 9 goals, 5 assists. Alex Maitan, who grew 5 overall this season, got himself 7 goals, 4 assists. That's not good at all, but his growth is pretty impressive. But to conclude season 1, we did alright, I suppose. We didn't exactly start all that well, finishing 15th in a midway point this season, but we did end up 7th place by the end of the season. No matter what though, for season 2, I want promotion. We begin season 2 with just under £8 million in the bank. Now the first thing I'm going to do in this transfer window is convert O'Hare from a central attacking midfielder to a winger. Look at his stats: 87 pace, 71 71 passing, 83 dribbling. I'd say he's better suited on the wing than in the centre of the park. I would like to cash in on Allen as well. He's 27 years old, 71 rated. He's not going to get any better as the time progresses in this rebuild, so I would like to cash in on him and use that money that we've got right now to get ourselves a new central attacking midfielder. In regards to everywhere else, I'm actually quite happy. The striker's good, the front four's good, the CDMs are good, the defence is alright. Obviously, if we do get promoted this season, that would be my main focus next season. But in fairness, for the championship, I'd say that this defence is solid. And we have begun this transfer window by selling on Jamie Allen for $2.5 million. We've also just sent out Will Pabaga on a 2-year loan deal. And we have found our central attacking midfielder in Hannes Wolf, and he cost us $6.9 million. We have just brought an absolute bargain in this one. Harry Souttar from Stoke City, 6'7", £4.5 million. We have also just sent out Josh Pask on a 2-year loan deal. And finally, to wrap up this transfer window, we have sent out Jack Burrows on a 2-year loan deal. And this is how the team is looking going into the second season of this rebuild. I must admit, we have been absolutely blessed with a very good Coventry City side. Obviously, we did bring players into this squad, but obviously the players that are left, like O'Hare, Hamish, Sheaf, Hyam, they've all come on leaps and bounds since last season. Fingers crossed they can do the same this season. But my expectations with this squad, especially in the championship, I want us to get promoted automatically, no matter what this season. We have arrived at the midway point in this season with us top of the league in very convincing fashion, 8 points above second place Fulham, and we are well in the clear to gain automatic promotion as champions. And if I'm being completely honest with you lot, this is exactly what I expected in season 2. The quality of our team right now is far too good for the championship. We have just done an incredible bit of business. We have just got Ainsley Maitland-Niles on a pre-contract agreement. He will be joining our team in season 3. And we have also just sent out Jordan Shipley on a 2-year loan deal. And this is how the team looks after that transfer window has come to an end. I'm absolutely buzzing with how this team is turning out to look. The front four is absolutely solid. The CDMs are absolutely solid. Obviously, Hyam isn't as good as Souttar. John Stone's performing far better for us than I actually anticipated. Callum Styles at 22 years old, 77 rated. He's doing absolutely fine in my opinion. I think we inherited a good Coventry City team to begin with, if I'm being honest. A couple of players that are full of potential, the likes of Hamish, Sheaf and O'Hare, but what we've turned it into for the championship especially is nothing short of incredible. And you guys would have probably already gathered this. I want to go up as champions this season. I want nothing else. And if we do that, I can safely say we have got promoted from the championship to the Premier League with one of the best teams we've ever created pre-Premier League. Well, I wouldn't say we did it convincingly. We did it just about on goal difference. Well, I say just about. We were 12 goals ahead of them on goal difference, but we do go up to the Premier League as champions. Fulham were very, very close behind us, 96 points. Only 12 goal difference separated ourselves from Fulham, and it was Norwich, Blackburn, West Brom and Brentford who finished in the playoffs. And joining ourselves and Fulham, it is Brentford after beating Blackburn Rovers 3-1 in the playoff final. Meanwhile, Manchester City beat Aston Villa 4-3 in what turned out to be a cracking final. Meanwhile, West Ham United pulled off a mad upset, beating Chelsea 5-4 on penalty shootout in the Carabao Cup final. Meanwhile, United won the Conference League. Nope. Atletico Madrid won the UEFA Super Cup, and PSG won the Champions League. Now, to say I'm impressed with how the team has grown since last season to now in general is a bit of an understatement, but this guy, I brought him in this season. He has improved 6 overall in one goddamn season. 24 years old, 80 rated, 22 goals, 7 assists from that central attacking midfielder position. That is nothing short of remarkable. Then you have the boy Victor Gyökeres, who's grown 5 overall this season and bagging himself 20 goals and 5 assists. Then you've got the boy Gustavo Heim, who's grown to 80 overall rated this season and gained himself 2 goals short of our top striker as well, 18 goals and 10 assists. Then you've got Alex Martin, who's turned out to be an incredible addition to this team, growing 5 overall this season to 77 rated, bagging himself 14 goals, 10 assists. Considering he's grown to 80 rated, I'm very disappointed in Callum O'Hare. He's only got himself 4 goals and 4 assists this season. Now, realistically speaking, that's terrible. I mean, for God's sake, our wingback Callum Styles got more goal contributions than this guy. And if you take a look at this squad as a starting 11, I've got to say this is probably the best squad we've ever created pre-Premier League. And with there only being a couple of positions we actually do need to improve, I'm actually very excited to see how we get on in our very first season in the big boy league, the Premier League. And to begin our first season in the Premier League, we've been given a whopping 57.2 million. Now, obviously, we have sorted out the right back situation and bringing in Maitland-Niles, who will be joining us very shortly. We do need another centre-back, as I've already established. established. Now, we've already established that we do need another centre-back. That's probably going to be our main focus in this transfer window. We've already got the right-back situation sorted in Maitland-Niles, who will be joining us pretty shortly. I am also considering bringing in another keeper. Obviously, John Stone has been absolutely phenomenal since he joined us. I didn't actually expect him to do all that well, but he has grown to 79 rated, but he is getting on a little bit. And obviously, this is the Premier League. He will make a fantastic second-choice keeper, but we definitely do need a better keeper than John Stone if we are serious about doing well in the Premier League. Everywhere else, for now, can stay exactly how it is. The front four are pretty goddamn sound. The two CDMs, I'm exceptionally happy with. Our wing-back is staying exactly how he is. Callum Styles has done far better than I ever anticipated. But like I've established, we definitely do need a centre-back, and once we've got that sorted, we'll probably look at bringing in another keeper. Let me tell you something. We have just picked up an absolute bargain. We have just brought Victor Lindelof away from Manchester United for only 21 million. And we have just found our number one keeper in Paul Lopez. The 28-year-old Spanish keeper has come away from Olympique Marseille for 25.3 million. We have also just picked up Jesse Lingard on a free. And on top of that, we've just brought in Nathaniel Chalobah on a 3 as well. Meanwhile, we have just sold Todd Kane for 1.45 million. And this is how the team looks going into our very first season in the Premier League. Obviously, with the additions of Paul Lopez and Lindelof, that defensive lineup looks a hell of a lot better. The front four, considering we've just come from the Championship, looks very goddamn promising. The two CDMs in Sheaf and Hamer look just as good as always. Obviously, we're not going to have it all our own way. We're going to get battered a couple occasions this season against the big boys, but I think by the end of this season, we'll have finished in a very respectable place. We have arrived at the midway point this season, 11th place in the league. That is extremely respectable considering we've just been promoted from the Championship. We are really 2 points behind the bottle jobs as well. Imagine if we could finish above Spurs in our first season in the Premier League. And what is most likely going to be the only thing we do in this transfer window, we have just sent out Fabio Tavares on a 2-year loan move once again. And this is the team going into the second half of the season after that transfer window has come to a close. The front four are all above 80 rated. The CDMs are both 80 rated and above. The back four are almost 80 rated and above. Lopez is still remained at 82. That's fair enough, to be fair. And what I love about this team, we're not just staying still in terms of growth and development. We are always constantly improving. Just look at the front four, for goodness sake. That's all the proof you need. Next season, once again, we will be putting our full focus and attention on making sure that this back four is solid and secure. After that, I'm not too sure where to go, but that's season 4's problem. Hopefully, by the end of this season, we will have finished in a very respectable place, just like we did at the midway point this season. And we have arrived at the end of this season, and we have finished smack bang mid-table, which I'm incredibly happy with. The first season we get promoted to the Premier League, we finished smack bang mid-table. That is a massive achievement. I just hope that we haven't peaked a little bit too early in the Premier League. Meanwhile, it was Newcastle United this time to win the FA Cup after beating Brighton 2-1 in the final. And it was Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup after beating Huddersfield in the final. Leicester City won the Conference League. Juve won the Europa League. Somehow the bottle jobs beat PSG. And this time it was Real Madrid to win the Champions League. Christ, PSG did not do well in finals this year, did they? You know what? All things considered, that's not actually too bad. That's quite respectable in terms of stats. Wolf got himself 14 goals, 3 assists, improving to 83 rated this season. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. Our boy Victor Gyökeres, 83 rated, also 14 goals, 4 assists. Now this is one player I'm exceptionally happy with. Alex Martin has gone up to 82 rated this season, improving 4 overall, bagging himself 11 goals and 10 assists. Now normally when we've had him in the past, he's always done pretty terribly. I've given him a real chance in this rebuild, and Jesus Christ, he has paid me back and then some, hasn't he? I'm only hoping he can continue to grow, and this isn't his peak. Now this is one player I'm exceptionally disappointed with. He's only got himself 5 goal contributions from 41 games this season. For a winger, that's nothing short of abysmal. He might be 81 rated and one of our best players, but he's not invincible in this team. I think it might be time for us to look for a better winger and get rid of this guy. We might get somebody worse, but if they can produce more goals and assists this season than Callum O'Hare can, I don't really care. But when you consider it's our first season in the Premier League and we finished smack bang mid-table, that is a very, very big W, a massive success this season. Hopefully with us finishing 10th, we'll have a little bit more money to work with next season, probably not knowing our luck. We just need to focus on the defensive lineup a little more next season, maybe buy ourselves a new winger instead of Callum O'Hare, get rid of him as well, and then fingers crossed we can get an even higher finish in the Premier League next season. We begin season 4 with just under 44 million. Now as I have already mentioned, we definitely do need another centre back. I'm thinking about leaving Maitland-Niles where he is, 79 rated. He's pretty respectable for the Premier League. He did go up 1 last season as well, so he is hoping he can go up 1 again this season. And then next season, that is probably one of the main things we will focus on. On top of that, we will be getting rid of O'Hare this season. I'm not being funny, but 5 goal contributions in that position for last season is nothing short of abysmal, and quite frankly speaking, we need someone better. And we have begun this transfer window by selling on Callum O'Hare for £32.5 million to West Ham United. Me personally, they've been robbed. £32.5 million for a guy who can't even produce more than 5 goal contributions a season is freaking terrible. But we also have sold Harry Souttar for £14.4 million. And to replace Harry Souttar, we have brought in the English centre-back 6'3" Trevor Chalobah for £26.7 million. And the big signing to replace Callum O'Hare, we have brought in Ismaila Sarr for just over £30 million. Now, I'm very aware that I said at the beginning of this season that I wasn't looking to bring in another fullback to replace Maitland-Niles, but we did have a bit of spare money, and I thought, why not bolster the defence just that little bit more, which is why we have brought in the left-back Romain Perraud for £27 million. And this is how the team looks after that transfer window has come to a close. The additions of Sarr, Perraud and Chalobah, they've all just bolstered this team dramatically. I do have a sneaky suspicion we can maybe creep into that top 6 if we are lucky and get some decent run of form in this season. Giro Quires has already gone to 84 rated. I can't believe this guy. He just won't stop improving. Maybe the next thing that we do have to focus on is bringing in another CDM better than Sheaf. He has been absolutely remarkable for us from season 1 to right now, but he is starting to lag behind a little bit, and obviously we need to bolster this team as much as we possibly can to make this team ready for the Champions League when the time comes. But that is a problem for a different time. Right now, our team is looking freaking amazing, and like I've just said, I do think we may have a small chance of sneaking into that top 6. And we have arrived at the midway point in the season, and if I'm not mistaken, we are smack bang exactly where we were this time last season, 11th place. We haven't progressed, but then again, we haven't fallen behind. We're basically exactly the same as where we were this time last season. I'm pretty sure of that anyway. We have once again sent Will Papaga on a 2-year loan deal. We have also just sent out Jordan Shipley once again on a 2-year loan move. And this is how the team is looking after that transfer window has come to a close. We haven't really done anything. We haven't brought anybody in because, quite frankly, the first transfer window broke our bank. But the team itself is looking pretty goddamn decent with some improvement here and there. Sheaf has gone up to 81 rated, proving to us why we've kept him all this time. Chalobah's gone up to 81, Perraud's gone up to 83, Callum Stells 82, Lopez 83. Lindelof is the only player actually since I brought him in last season to not actually go up in overall. I'm not arsed about that at all though. He's still the best centre back we actually have. It just would be nice for him to grow a little bit at least. Now I know that I said I had a sneaky feeling we'd be able to get top 6. I don't actually think top 6 is attainable just yet. I don't think we've got the quality in the team just yet to get Europe. However, a top 10 finish is certainly not out of the question. So we have reached the end of the season, and to say I'm a little disappointed is a little bit of an understatement. We finished 12th in the league. We did worse than we did last season, finishing 10th. This is the first season we've taken a little bit of an L, but fingers crossed next season we can recover from this and get that top 10 finish that we were after this season. Meanwhile, it was Chelsea to win the FA Cup. Man City beat Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup. Nope. Leicester City won the Europa League. Real Madrid won the Super Cup. And this time it was Manchester City to win the Champions League. More goal contributions than freaking 5 a season. We have brought in Ismaila Sarr this season. He got us 21 goal contributions in 49 games. Far better than O'Hare. We've also got our top goal scorer in Hannes Wolf going up to 85 rated this season. Getting ourselves 27 goal contributions in 48 games. Our boy Victor Giro Quires, 84 rated, 14 goals, 5 assists. I want him to get 20 goals a season. He's definitely got it in him to do it. This season it was Alex Martin who let me down a little bit when it came to goals and assists. Only bagging himself 12 goal contributions in 49 games for a winger of his calibre is pretty bad. But in fairness, it's the first season he's had a pretty bad season. Hopefully next season he can recover quite well. Next season we are definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board, evaluate the team, see where we need to improve, see where we don't, and then hopefully we'll have the money to work around that. We begin this season with just over £61 million in the bank. Now the front four, as you can expect, I am going to leave them well and truly alone. The back four, in fact, I'm going to leave alone for the time being. I want to focus on bringing in a brand new CDM. I think Sheaf has done fantastic since the beginning of this rebuild, but now I think it is time to make a little bit of an improvement in that midfield area. After that's done, I'll actually have no idea where to improve next. Maybe, actually, I'll have to go back on my word and go into that defensive lineup and see where I can improve there. But I don't want to go and touch that front four at all because they're the best players in this team, so it will most likely be the defensive lineup that I mess around with afterwards. So we begin this transfer window by by selling a trifecta of players, beginning with Ben Sheaf for 25 million. He's been a fantastic servant to the club, but it was time to let him go. We had to sell Jesse Lingard for 12 million because he wanted out of the club, and the same with Trevor Chalobah for 33.4 million. And our first signing is the 6'5" French centre-back Dan Axel Zagadou, and he cost us 28.7 million. We have also just signed the CDM from England, Calvin Phillips, for just 50.4 million. We have also just acquired Facundo Pellistri for a little bit more squad depth, and we picked him up on a free. Now, I know I said we picked him up on a free to give us a little bit more squad depth, but I've just realised how good this guy can become, so I have sent him out on a 2-year loan deal. We have also just sold Victor Lindelof for 28.4 million. And our final signing of this transfer window, we have brought in the 6-foot Brazilian regen of Thiago Silva, if I'm not to be mistaken, Francisco Borja, 84 rated at 20 years old, and he cost us 65 million. And going into this season, this is how we got the team lining up after that transfer window has officially come to a close. The team is looking very goddamn healthy now. The front four down to the CDM roles are looking very goddamn strong. It's just the back four now that needs to book its ideas up and improve. I think the next position we do need to focus on a little bit more is that goalkeeping position. If we can get a really good goalkeeper between the sticks for next season, we are going to look very goddamn good in getting a top 6 finish. This is exceptionally promising. Midway point of the season, we are currently inside the top 6. We're even beating United to that spot. The only downside, Spurs are top of the league. That is something that doesn't sit right with me. And because he wasn't happy, we had to get rid of Romain Perraud, and we sold him for 38.3 million. And replacing Perraud, we have brought in Yukinori Sugawara for 32.2 million. And this is how the team looks going into the second half of the season after that transfer window has come to an end. Literally, the only weakness we have now is the left side of that defensive lineup. Styles and Zagadou, they need to start improving and need to start improving very quickly. Otherwise, I will be looking for replacements very soon. Obviously, Sugawara has just joined us and he's the exact same rating as Zagadou and Styles, but he's just joined us, so we can't really put him in that same bracket. But everywhere else on the pitch, we are solid. I'm especially happy with Borja, 21 years old, 86 rated. What a signing he's turned out to be. But let's just say I'm extremely confident in the fact that we're going to get top 6 football this season. I'll be very surprised if we don't get it. We have come to the end of this season in a top 6 position. We have beaten Manchester United and Chelsea to that 6th place spot. I am absolutely ecstatic with this. We deserve this, honest to God. The amount of bullshit we've had to go through selling players that didn't want to be here anymore, bringing in replacements, it's just been a nightmare this season. We have definitely earned our spot in the top 6. On top of that, we've only gone and won our first bit of silverware, beating Blackburn Rovers in the FA Cup final to win that trophy. Not only that, we've also beaten Chelsea 2-1 in the Carabao Cup final to win the double. Meanwhile, it was Royal Antwerp to win the Conference League, Wolfsburg won the Europa League, Man City won the Super Cup, and this time it was Juve to win the Champions League. Tell me he wasn't a good signing. Second season with the club, top goal scorer, 26 goals, 7 assists this season in 51 games. Bloody brilliant stuff. The boy Victor Gyökeres, once again 85 rated, 1 overall increase, 18 goals, 2 assists. He is always bagging himself double-digit goals every single season, isn't he? We also have Anders Wolf getting himself 17 goals, 12 assists this season with a 1 overall increase. We've got Alex Martin, bit better this season, 11 goals and 12 assists, 87 rated this time. Jesus Christ. Even Calvin Phillips has got into the action this time. 7 goals, 11 assists from that CDM role is pretty good going. This season, we've got a top 6 finish, won the Carabao Cup, won the FA Cup. I'd say that's a massive W in comparison to how we did last season. All we can hope for now is we can continue to grow and progress how we have done over the past couple of seasons. This season we begin with just under 95 million. Now a lot of these players are on international duty as we speak, as you can clearly see, but I will be looking for another fullback and another centre back in this transfer window. And to kick this transfer window off, we have ended up selling Dan Axel Zagadou for just under 40 million. We have also just gone and sold Paul Lopez for 19 million as well. And we have found our centre back in 6'4" Frenchman Evan Ndicka, and we bought him for just under 56 million. And we have found our goalkeeper in Alban Lafont, the 27-year-old Frenchman, cost us just over 57 million. And this is the current starting 11 after that transfer window has come to an end. There's officially no weaklings in this team. The only real places I would love to improve a little bit more is the fullbacks, but other than that, I am absolutely freaking buzzing with how this team looks now. Also, I have proven if you train Martin right, he will become become an absolute world beater for you. And we have qualified for the Europa League. We are in Group F, joined by Monaco, Celtic and Shamrock Rovers. Now, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we did top this group with the quality of our team, but you literally never know how these things can turn out. And we did end up making Group F our bitch. We topped it by 3 points, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Monaco finished second with 10 points. Celtic were just above Shamrock Rovers in third place, and Shamrock Rovers rock bottom with 5 points. It was to be expected, in fairness. Have you seen the team we've got right now? And in the Premier League, it is looking very good for us right now. We're comfortably in the top 6. We're top 4 with 38 points. And realistically speaking, the title race is wide open. There's only 5 points between 4th place and 1st place with Liverpool. But quite frankly, as long as we get Champions League football this season, I couldn't care less. And what is most likely to be the one and only thing we do in this transfer window is bringing in the CDM Thomas Souček away from Everton for 30 million on the dot for a little bit of squad depth in that position. And this is how the current starting 11 is looking. This is how the team is looking going into the second half of this season, and I'm absolutely ecstatic with how this team looks. Obviously, the only things we need to do now is improve the fullback situation. Sugarware and Styles, they've had enough chances now, but next season I will be focusing solely on bringing in better fullbacks. That's not to say I'm going to get rid of them though. I'm going to put them on the subs bench for that squad depth that we desperately do need in that position. But one way or the other, I want Champions League football for next season. This squad deserves to be in that competition. Unfortunately, at the end of this season, we fell short of the top 4. Not only that, Arsenal somehow, some way, through some sick, twisted game EA are playing, have won the Premier League. I am not happy about this. Unless we have gone all the way in the Europa League, we are once again in the Europa League next season, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not happy about. Our team is far too good for that freaking competition. Meanwhile, it was Liverpool to win the FA Cup, battering Arsenal in the process. Manchester City won the Carabao Cup. Bayer Leverkusen won the Conference League. Thank God for that. We do end up winning the Europa League after all of that, beating Fiorentina 3-1 in the final. Champions League, it's about goddamn time. Juve won the Super Cup, and this time it was Liverpool to win the Champions League. Victor Gyökeres, what a player he has turned out to be. 34 goal contributions in 57 games is truly remarkable stuff. We also have Ismail Yassar getting to 88 rated, bagging himself 26 goals and 2 assists this season. Wolf getting himself 19 goals with 13 assists this season, 89 rated. Maitan, a little bit disappointed, didn't get more goals, but he did get 18 assists and he gave himself 91 rated this season. What a freaking player he's turned out to be. Top 6 once again. Champions League for next season after winning the Europa League. 2 seasons on the bounce where we picked up silverware. I am happy with this season. With any luck, with how successful we've been in this campaign, we're looking at over 100 odd million to work with next season so that we can finally sort out the fullback situation, and then hopefully we can go on to win the Champions League. And we begin this season with the highest budget we've had so far in this rebuild with 188.81 million. You already know where all that money is going. That left back and right back position is getting sorted out in this rebuild, and if we have enough money left over, we are going to get ourselves a better CDM to work with. Other than that, I think this team is fully ready for the Champions League. And we start this transfer window with an offer from Newcastle United I just couldn't turn down. We have sold Facundo Pellistri for 81.9 million. Our first sign of this transfer window is fullback Kieran Tierney from Barcelona, and we bought him for 86.9 million. And this guy has to be one of my favourite fullbacks on this game to use in career mode. We have just signed Pedro Porro for 70 million from Manchester City. Since I started this rebuild series last year, I don't think I've ever actually bought Yuri Tielemans, but we have finally brought him in this rebuild. He came from Barcelona for 90 million. And this is how the team looks after that transfer window has come to an end. Literally no weaknesses in this team at all. Obviously, our goalkeeper and Indica are the worst in the team, but they're still 86 goddamn rated. That's not exactly a bad thing. And quite frankly speaking, I can't think of a single reason why we won't win the Champions League this season. And speaking of the Champions League, we are in Group F, joined by Borussia Mönchengladbach, Stade Rennais and Rangers. Now, if I'm going to be honest, we should slap the hell out of this group. So we didn't necessarily slap this group, but at least we did make it through to the round of 16. We finished second place, winning 3, drawing 2, losing 1. Borussia Mönchengladbach to the top spot with 13 points, winning 4 games, drawing 1 and losing 1. Stade Rennais weren't really close to us. Rangers definitely weren't close to us, and it is ourselves and Borussia Mönchengladbach in the round of 16, and we are playing a... oh my days. Talk about a baptism by fire. We are playing against none other than PSG. Guys, I swear this always happens. We always qualify for the Champions League. We do really well in the Premier League, gain ourselves a qualification spot for the Champions League, and then the following season we play absolutely diabolically bad, finishing just about in the top 10 at the midway point with a squad to absolutely die for. It doesn't make any sense at all. Fingers crossed for a better second half of this season. Otherwise, if we are unsuccessful in the Champions League, it's going to be at least another 2 seasons before we can end this rebuild. And this is how the team is currently looking going into the second half of this season. That transfer window went by in a flash. We didn't do anything, not out of laziness. We just didn't have the funds to do anything to add on to this team. I mean, look at the subs bench. The only thing we realistically could have done is brought in a striker, but like I've just said, we've got no money to do so. And I'm very aware that in the group stage it didn't necessarily go our way, getting beat to the top spot by freaking Borussia Mönchengladbach of all teams. And obviously we are now playing against PSG, but our front four, there's only one player out of the 4 who's not 90 rated. Our CDMs are very goddamn good. Our back 4 is ridiculous. Our keeper's ridiculous. Whilst PSG definitely have a very good team, I would definitely say our team's more well-rounded than theirs. And here it is, boys. Coventry City versus PSG. And when you take a look at both sides, I would say our front 4 is better than their front 3. I would say their middle 3 is better than our middle 2. Our defence is better than their defence, and their goalkeeper is better than our goalkeeper. So realistically speaking, we're pretty evenly matched. But you know that old saying when it comes to career mode, if you can beat PSG, you're pretty much guaranteed to beat everybody else. So without further ado, let's get into this game, and hopefully we can pick up a W, which we do. Alex Martin in the 46th minute, very early in the second half, giving us that all-important advantage going into the round of 16. If we can beat PSG, knock them out early in the competition, that is making a statement. A draw will be enough to knock out PSG. We've got the advantage. They're the ones who are going to be chasing the game the most, which arguably makes them even more dangerous to play in the second leg. So, without further ado, let's quick sim this game and hope to God... Oh my God. That is the statement that we were on about. 3-1 on the night, 4-1 overall. We have absolutely demolished the French giants in convincing fashion. We knock PSG out and progress to the quarterfinals. And in the quarters, we meet against Italian giants Juventus. They are rocking with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow with Vlahovic and Adeyemi. That's quite an interesting duo up top. I must admit, they've got Mount, they've got Pedri and Nacho De Ligt. They've got a very good team. I'd actually argue their team's better than PSG's. I'm slightly more nervous coming up against these guys than I was against PSG, and that is saying something. I'm normally never really that anxious coming up against Juve, but nevertheless, we are going to get into this game and hope for the goddamn best. We do lose 2-1 on the night, unfortunately. Guedes comes on for Adeyemi, gets a goal. Mount in the 4th minute, you little traitorous prick. And Dicker gets the equaliser in the 46th, but like I've just said, Guedes got the goal, putting Juve 2-1 up going into the second leg. In this second leg tie, we need a very, very convincing performance. We need a strong performance to overcome a 2-1 deficit that they got in the first leg. We are definitely going to be chasing this game all the way to the end, let's be honest, and hopefully we can overcome this 2-1 deficit and book our place in the semi. So without further ado, let's see if Coventry have got it in them to freaking annihilate Juventus 3-0. How do we not do that in the first leg? How do we lose 2-1 in the first leg, then batter them in the second? It just doesn't make any sense, but I'm not complaining. Beparga going the goal in the 68th, Wolf in the 59th, and Martin in the 6th. We put Juve away and we book our place in the semis. Christ above, we have had a tough run on the Champions League knockout stages, haven't we? First it was PSG, then Juventus, and now freaking Atletico Madrid. And Christ above, have you seen their middle 3? Gravenberch, Declan Rice and Guendouzi. That is a menacing trio in the middle of the park. In fairness, guys, I can actually see this being the end of the journey. Atletico Madrid's team is no joke, so without further ado, let's quick sim this game and just hope for the best. We beat them 3-2, but Parga is coming in clutch in these fucking games. Martin getting the goal in the 28th. What a lad he's been. Saw in the 50th, but Parga in the 74th, and then Mengiz. Hang on, where's their first goal? Oh, how Felix got a goal in the 2nd. Then it was Martin, then it was Saw, then it was Paparga, then it was Mengiz in the 89th minute. We couldn't have had a 3-1 victory, could we? That would have made me so confident going into the second leg. But nevertheless, we do still have a 3-2 lead in that second leg. We are now officially one game away from the final with 3-2 up against Atletico Madrid as well, which means they're going to be chasing the game. We can sort of relax. Well, not sort of relax, but you get what I mean. We don't have to be as nervous going into this game as we normally would be if we were 3-2 down. If I was Atletico, I'd switch that 5 at the back formation up, man. That does them no freaking favours at all. We slapped them up last time we played them in the final as well. So let's get this over and done with. 3-2 up. Can we book our place in the Champions League freaking final? 5-3 overall. 2-1 on the night. We book our place in the final in pretty convincing fashion. We have had the knockout stages of hell. We have knocked out PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. I swear on my life, if we choke it in the final for the first time ever in this rebuild series, I'm going to cry. And in the Champions League final on the 27th of May 2028, it will be Coventry City versus AC Milan. That is a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life. I'm quite interested to see how AC Milan's team is lined up, considering they have made it to the Champions League final. Normally they are borderline average, but you never quite know. But you guys know the drill. Before we get into the final itself, I want to see how we've done elsewhere this season. Why does this always happen? We do really well to get into the Champions League final, then the season after we choke it and we do absolutely terribly in the Premier League. This just adds more pressure to winning the freaking Champions League final, because if we don't, we ain't even in the Champions League next season anyway. At least Arsenal didn't win the league. Brighton this time pulled off a mad upset, beating Man City 3-2 to win the FA Cup. Villarreal won the Conference League, and Hoffenheim beat Real Madrid to win the Europa League. And we won the Super Cup, beating Liverpool 2-0 to do it. Man, our team is just ridiculous, isn't it? Victor Gyökeres, we have had him from day one of this rebuild to now, and he has gone up to 88 rated at 29 years old, bagging himself 31 goals and 1 assist in 55 games. You got Asmali Assar, 91 rated, now 21 goals, 14 assists. You got Wolf, 21 goals, 12 assists, 91 rated. Now Martin, 11 goals, 13 assists. I expected a little bit better from this guy, but I don't really care. Yuri Tielemans, 7 goals, 5 assists, and then everywhere else is pretty much bang average. And Dickey, the absolute moron, got himself injured for the final, hasn't he? What a penis. I'll be honest with you, after taking a proper look at AC Milan's squad, it's not actually all that good. They've got some very good quality players. They've got Sique, they've got Tonali, they've got Nunes. I'm guessing that's Liverpool's Nunes now. But realistically speaking, apart from them, there's no real standout players for AC Milan's side. Quite frankly speaking, we beat better teams in the knockout stages to get to the freaking final. But without further ado, the time for talking is officially done and dusted, and it is time to play the final itself. It is Coventry City versus AC Milan at the San Siro in the Champions League final. It's finally here, boys, the Champions League final, and we are well underway. Let's get Coventry City a Champions League trophy, eh? Wolf has seen Martin. He's making a darting run. Can we spot anybody? Oh, that's a great ball. Ah, man gets there just before Saw does. Saw has picked this ball up. Saw, let's use that pace, lad. Cut inside. Oh, he's done brilliantly. Saw, can he spot anybody on his weak foot? Oh, for God's sake, that was great defending. That was from AC Milan. Oh, my God, the through. Borhe, get back. Oi, you little waste man. Giroquires, he's found Ismail. Right, Ismail is against Romero. Ismail has got the pace on him. He's got the pace. Can we get this in? And just like that, we take a 1-0 lead against AC Milan, courtesy of an extremely well-worked goal. Ismail makes the run down the right, just enough strength to hold off Romero, puts it into Wolf, and Wolf is never missing from that position. We make it 1-0. I'd actually like a challenge for once, you know. Like nobody's actually coming to press me right now, so I'll just talk to you guys directly. I actually wish that EA'd make a difficulty that's borderline impossible to beat, because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to get challenged. We have the ball with Ismail. Can we spot that run? Oh my God. First touch, bang. Oh, just look at that. Just look at that. We can score whenever we want. Ismail is an absolute menace on this right-hand side. He picks the ball out. Giroquires just gets it onto his right foot. The keeper does get a hand to it in the end. Hits the post, but hits the right side of the post, and it goes into the back of the net, just where that freaking ball belongs for us. I'm telling you, we can end this game in double figures if we really, really wanted to, I reckon. Let's try it. I'll tell you what, let's aim for double figures, shall we? Let's aim for the most embarrassing scoreline we can possibly freaking get. We're 26 minutes in, 2-0 up already. Oh no. Oh, what a freaking save. In fact, let's hold that thought on the double digits goals. Let's actually not concede here. Lafont gathers, good lad. Pedro Porro, he's spot. What a freaking knock that is. Alex Martin, one of the most underrated players in this entire rebuild. Let's use this pace. Let's get him a goal, eh? Let's get. Oh no, I did that. That was my bad. I completely messed that skill move up. Kieran Tierney in chase of Sequay. Kieran Tierney. I tell you what, Kieran Tierney. Oh my days, that's a great ball to Dominguez. Dominguez has found. Oh, please. That worked out insanely well for us somehow. AC Milan are definitely putting the pressure on now. They've bloody started to play very goddamn well. We need to learn to contain them a little bit more, because realistically speaking, we haven't had the ball all that much in the past 10 minutes. Jesus, look at this. Look at this, right? You are not that good. Give me that ball. Thank God for that. What a block that was. Right, let's get this ball back and let's punish them. Wolf, spot Ismail run. Please tell me that's onside. If that's onside, this is going to be a goal. This is definitely going to be a goal. Right, we're going to cut this inside. We're going to spot Giroquires. Oh, yeah. And that is the half-time whistle that has just blown, and we go into the off-time break 2-0 up against AC Milan. Boys, I'm telling you, we can literally coast this second half, and I bet we'd still win. We're just so in control at the minute. Even when they were peppering us, we realistically weren't in any danger of conceding. They haven't got any real plays to worry about. Alex Martin, get this ball to Giroquires. Giroquires to Wolf. Right, okay, if Martin can make this darting run. Oh my God, this would be beautiful. Oh my God, please. Oh my God. No! Don't tell me that's offside. That was such a nicely worked goal. I'm gutted. Are you taking the piss? I want to see the replay to this. Let's have a look. Okay, that's the ball there. Oh no, that is tight though. That is tight on me. EA, man, you couldn't have just let me have that. It's not like it's going to match in the long run anyway. Jesus Christ. That is actually probably the tightest offside call I've actually seen on this game. That is ridiculous. But we do get the ball back. We've got to kid us. We get this ball to Ismail. So we can't quite get it to him in time. Oh, they're turning it up now. Wimmer's on the ball. He spotted Dominguez, and that is 2-1. AC Milan do get one back. Realistically speaking, though, it should be 3-0, let's be honest. It is actually a very well-worked goal. They split us apart with just a couple of passes, and yeah, they did deserve that goal for that run of play, but it isn't going to make a difference because there's no way in hell I'm letting that happen again. I tell you one thing they're good at, AC Milan. They're good at working this ball around. I don't like this. Right, okay, oh no. There's no way. That's got to be offside. How is that not offside? Are you taking the piss? Oh my God, it was Porro. Get offside, you daft bastard. Okay, 2-2. 2 goals in the space of 10 minutes for them. We are well and truly even Steven again. Let's just not be cocky anymore. Let's get this ball into their back of the net. And hopefully from there, we don't concede again. For God's sake, man. What a tackle from Ismail Yassar. We're going to square this. Alex Martin, make this 3-2. That wasn't offside, was it, ref? Suck my dick. That is how you respond to conceding 2 in quick succession. You get one back directly after. Ismail Yassar, what a tackle that was. AC Milan's team was definitely lacking defensively there. If that was me, I'd have been right on that case. But Alex Martin receives the ball. This time, puts it into the exact same corner he did when it was an offside goal, but this time, it wasn't offside. And not even 5 minutes after conceding their second goal, we get one back of our own. Ismail Yassar is on the wing. We're going to go back. We're going to play this very patiently. Actually, no, we're not, because we see the openings. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you see how quickly we tore them apart there? Alex Martin's picked up the ball. Is against Hugo Sekwe. Hugo Sekwe is with me. But oh my god, Alex Martin, he's done it for a kipper. We're going to go all the way. And that is 4-2. Game said and done. It is absolutely definitively over. Alex Martin with a brace. Should have been a hat-trick really. But we do make it 4-2 to us. AC Milan are officially out of this game. Done and dusted. Alex Martin against Hugo Sekwe. We get past Sekwe eventually. We do take a time with it. Put it into the exact same corner he scored the last 2 goals with. And we officially have won the Champions League. There's literally less than 5 minutes left in this game. There's absolutely no way in hell. Actually, we might get one back ourselves. Hang on. Let's get Ismail Yassar a goal here. Come on. Ismail Yassar. Right, he's up against Robertson. We're going to cut this inside. We may... Oh, right foot. Oh my god. Just look at that. That's how easy it is. That is literally how easy it is. Giro Quires, take a bow for that thunderbolt of a right foot, by the way. Just look at that. My man was going the right way as well. He was actually really well positioned to save that, and he couldn't even get a hand to it. And that should be the last kick of the game, and it is. It is official. We have officially completed our objective. We have made Coventry City the best team in the world by winning the Champions League in extremely convincing fashion, 5-2 against AC Milan. I haven't enjoyed a rebuild like that in quite some time. Coventry City, you guys wanted this one for a very, very long time. I keep seeing it in the suggestions. I kept getting distracted by other teams and doing rebuilds with them, but I finally got enough time to do them, and I'm very goddamn glad I did. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, smash the hell out of that subscribe button if you are new around here, turn that notification bell so you never miss a video I upload. We are currently on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and the like goal for today's video is 300. If we can hit that, that would be incredible. That is all from me. It's been your boy Gordon. Hope you guys have an amazing afternoon, and until next time, I'll see you later.